What's up everyone, Nick Peruski here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build an incredible lead magnet agent using n8n, Tally, and of course AI. This system will generate leads on autopilot for you and nurture all of your prospects for you, even months after you set it up. So imagine having a system that works tirelessly in the background, just capturing valuable information from your potential customers and automatically creating personalized content for them. So this means 24/7 lead generation, customized engagement, time savings, higher conversion rates, and even long-term nurturing. So here's what we're going to cover. Setting up the lead magnet form on Tally to capture emails and other vital information, integrating n8n to automatically store all the leads info in your CRM, and using AI to develop a personalized plan or guide based on the information that your leads provide. So by the end of this video, you'll have a powerful automation that not only captures leads, but also nurtures them with personalized value, giving you a better chance at converting them into customers. Before we get started, I wanted to quickly mention, if you're a business owner and you want to leverage our AI systems to scale your business and completely eliminate your repetitive tasks, like I've done with companies before, then book a free call with me and I'll show you how to drive revenue, save time in your business, and ultimately scale for growth so that you can finally step away from the daily operations. And be sure to join my school community because I'll be providing so much other valuable resources that'll help you grow and scale your business, which I don't provide on my YouTube. Now, like always, I wanted to give you an overview of what this agent actually looks like before we actually start building this out step by step. But what we're doing essentially is we're starting off with a webhook. And this webhook is connected to my Tally form. So wherever I'm sharing my lead magnet, whether I'm sharing it on YouTube, Instagram, or any other social media like LinkedIn, doesn't matter. Wherever I'm sharing that, people are starting to fill out my form, my lead magnet on Tally. So anytime we receive any submissions at all, it's going to be received within this webhook. Now, with this webhook, we're obviously going to have to connect all this data to something. So all this stuff that you see right here, we want to start sharing that somewhere, and we'll call this our CRM. So within our CRM, we're using Google Sheets in this case, and I'll even pull it up. And I just created some dummy data for this. But essentially, these are some of the questions that we're asking. So everything from name, company, website, and the industry that they're in, to the pain points of the business, the tools that they're using, their automation preference, what automations that they're looking for. So obviously this is tailored towards my company, and you're going to have to tailor it to, what you guys do with your services. So let me go ahead and go back. And yeah, so once we share all that data, we're just basically connecting it to our Google Sheets. And now what's next up, and the biggest piece of this agent, is actually creating a smart lead magnet. And what this smart lead magnet really is, it's creating a personalized guide based on all the parameters that the lead is filling out. So I'll give you a quick example. If somebody's using Airtable as their one of the tools within their tech stack, we're going to have AI look at that and basically craft some automations that are possible within Airtable. So another example is this. I previously filled out that the tech stack consisted of YouTube, Notion, Slack, Loom, and Airtable. So this AI it's all trained on my data. Let me give you that context, which is pretty important. But essentially, it's going to look at all my data and see what automations are going to be possible, with the specific tech stacks that they're using. So they're using Notion, they're using YouTube, they're using Slack. So maybe it's going to create some interpersonal communication tools using Slack or Notion. Or maybe it can create some automations, give you some ideas on how to automate some aspects within YouTube or even Airtable. But that's essentially the gist. I will be showing you later what this guide actually looks like. But next up, what we're going to be using is Google Docs. So right now, we're just going to be creating a Google Doc to actually store all this information that OpenAI is creating. So let me see. So as you can see, one of the things that this output is generating, it's generating 5 numbers of automations. It's giving the use case descriptions, and essentially we just want to put that within a Google Doc. So whatever we're sending to our lead, the person who's filling out our form, we want to send them a nice, succinct. We want to send them something that's very organized, very well structured, and shipped it off in an email. So we use Google Docs for this. We're just creating all the variables in there, and then we're going to download it and ship it off into a Gmail. It'll all make sense once we're building this out step by step, but I'm just giving you a very brief overview of everything. Now, what I want to do is show you how you can build this all out step by step. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is, if you haven't already signed up for an account on n8n, go ahead, use the link down below in the description. You can sign up for a free account and you'll just go ahead and log in. And the first thing you want to do once you are logged in, come to the home page, and then you'll just want to add a new workflow. So in a second, once this actually loads in, we'll see at the top right that we could add a workflow. So if you remember from the previous automation that I just showed you, we're starting off with a webhook. So as I mentioned, a webhook is just allowing us to receive all the data. So anytime somebody is basically triggering a submission, it's going then to trigger our automation to start running. So if we just use webhook, we could search right there. So this starts the workflow when a webhook is called. So we'll just click on that one. And we'll now want to connect this to our Tally form. But before we get ahead of ourselves and start connecting our webhooks to anything, we have to ensure that we actually have a form built out. So for this step, we're going to just come over to tally.so. I'll leave a link down below in the description where you could sign up for a free account. They offer unlimited form build outs and submissions. They're all completely free. And I actually recently switched from using Typeform to Tally. I just find the integrations and features a bit simpler to use and just works well with the systems that I use in particular. Anyways, find a link for that in the description to sign up. So create your account. You'll then come to the home page, and as you can see, we already created our free lead magnet. So this is the form that we're building out. And as I briefly mentioned, showing you the questions within the Google Sheet, this is everything that I'm asking. So I'm asking some important credentials that we're going to need to actually later be reaching out to the lead. So obviously we want to collect the first name. We want to collect what their company name is, their website, what industry that they're in. Obviously you want to tailor this to your own services and what you can actually offer to anybody filling this out. So obviously some of the things that I'm going to be saying is, trying to find out what they offer and how they provide it to their clients or customers. What are the biggest challenges that their business is dealing with? What technology tools that they employ? And if we could automate any operation within their business, what would they automate? And then at the very end, we just ask for a email and a phone number. So this took me literally probably 2 minutes to fill out, or not fill out, but actually build out. And then I just included a thank you page and also included a link to book a call directly with me and also my website. So like I mentioned, I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can build out your own form. So I already have my form built out, so I'm not going to do another. It's super simple to use. I'll allow you to do that for yourself. But anyways, we're going to be backing out. And as we mentioned earlier, we have to connect our webhook to our form. So just anytime when somebody fills out this form that we get any new submissions, it's going to be triggering our automation to run. So to do so, we'll come into integrations in the settings, and I already have my webhook connected, but I could just delete this right now if I wanted to. So I'll just remove that. What I'll do now, I'll come back to n8n, I'll find my webhook, and basically I'll just copy this test URL. We'll make sure it wants to use HTTP method as post, but we'll copy this URL, just click right here, go back to Tally, and now we'll just want to connect webhook. So we'll just paste that right there. We'll hit connect, and as you can see, it's all running. So we could even test it if we would like. So if we go to events log, we could send a test event. If I basically listen for a test event right here, making sure that it's running properly. What I'll do now is I'll just click test event. So it says the status is delivered, so it is actually now connected properly, and we have all this information in here. So it all looks great. Now let's just connect to the next step. So if we remember from back earlier, we just want to connect all this data to our Google Sheets. So to do so, make sure that we're selecting the next node. We'll just search up Google Sheets, and we'll do append or update row in Sheets. We'll just make sure we want to connect to our proper account, and we'll choose the document. So I believe I had it as pre-CRM, and the sheet will be under lead magnet. Now in a second, it'll take a couple seconds to fetch all the columns, but we'll just do column to match on. We could do this as the name, and now we'll just want to assign everything to its proper categories. So the name, scroll down a little bit. Okay, so I actually already have some information in here. So this is from our previous submission, and All we did was just scroll down. So the first question being, what is their name? So we'll just put that right there. As you can see, Nick Peru is filled in as the name. Company is Reprise. So we're literally just dragging and dropping it into all these different categories. It's super simple. Now we'll just do the website. Industry will be, I call this AI automation. The team size 3. Company description, I provide AI automation services. Pain points, I called it content. So we're not being too specific here. This is all dummy data. Tools used, I mentioned Airtable. The automation preference, I said is unsure. Here's the email, phone number, and the date created. We could find that somewhere up here, created at. So we'll just drop that in. We could even test this out. Wait for that output to come up. And as you can see, everything is now listed out in this output. So everything's connected perfectly. And now we'll go here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy all this. It's quite a long prompting structure. So I'll show you what I typed out. And of course, it's going to look differently for everybody. So what I said in particular, I'll back up and mention that I'm using GPT-4o. But anyways, what I said in particular is you are an industry-leading business consultant in AI and automation solutions for small to medium-sized businesses. You have 20 years of experience advising companies on the best way to implement AI and automation into their operations to enhance and augment manual workflows. Not only are you a trusted consultant, but you are also an experienced AI tool and automation developer as well. You know the minute details of how to implement solutions that you advise your clients on. Now, we're using this as a system message. So that's the role within this specific text sequence. So essentially what a system is, it's usually used to set the model's behavior or context for the next user message. So this is a very good starting point. And then from here on, I'm just using user as the next role. And they say it's just used to send a message as a user and get a response from the model. So this is where you can input, any context. So, obviously we're going to have to be giving our GPT prompt some information. So where we're dragging all this different schemas right here, we'll basically just be giving that under a user role instead. But next up, I'm saying you'll receive the following information from a business owner who's looking for advice on how they can integrate AI automation into their business operations. Then I give it some context, company description, some of the things that it's going to be receiving. And what I say from here is your task is to analyze all this information and generate 5 unique use cases / ideas for ways that owners can implement AI and automation to solve their specific business challenges. The 5 ideas must also address the areas they wanted for AI automation that they've shared, and the recommendations should specifically reference the various software tools they currently use. Now, here's where I give it some context on all the information. So basically, I'm just dragging and dropping. So for example, under the name, all I did right here is just drag this over, put name right there. I'm not going to do it again, but then from here, I just give it some very important roles. This is where it comes to formatting and everything, saying, don't start your output response with markdown and make sure everything is, tip-top shape. So we did input the simplify output down here, so make sure you check that. But anyways, we're just going to test this step. So it'll probably take a minute or two to actually generate. So I'll come back to you once it is finished. Okay, so just finished generating this output. And, this isn't the best way to read all this data. It is quite lengthy, but I'll give you a quick rundown. So it's giving 5 different use case names and also the descriptions that come with them and the solutions that they should implement from there. So I'll just read the first one. But use case name, automated content creation. So because I mentioned that I was looking to automate content creation and needed help with it, this is what it's going to be targeting first. So this area listed as marketing, problem solved is creating engaging and relevant content consistently can be time consuming and challenging, especially with a small team. Without a steady stream of content, marketing efforts may stall, leading to missed business opportunities and decreased brand visibility. Manually crafted content for various channels like blogs, social media, and newsletters can drain resources and reduce productivity. So use case description. So by using AI-powered tools integrated with Airtable, Reprise can automate content creation. Such tools can suggest topics based on current trends, generate drafts, and even adapt writing styles to fit the brand's tone. By automating the brainstorming and initial drafting stages, the team can focus on refining and publishing quality content that resonates with their audience. How to implement. So this is just where we're giving the solutions on how they can do this themselves instead of having to reach out to us. You can integrate Airtable with an AI content generation tool like OpenAI's GPT-3 or GPT-4. You could create a database in Airtable to store keywords, topics, and intended audiences. Then you'll set up an automation to generate content outlines based on inputs from the Airtable database. Then from there, just review and refine generated drafts with human oversight, and also publish finalized content through Airtable's integration with scheduling tools. So next up, it's just going to be providing an estimated hours saved per week and the estimated money saved per week. So obviously this isn't going to be an exact science, but it will give them an idea of how much time and money it can save them. And then after this, it's just giving 4 more of the same outputs. But anyways, now we just want to actually somehow get all this information conglomerated into a PDF so that we can then ship it out, send it to our leads, and start providing them some value. So the first thing we're going to be doing now is creating a Google Doc. So if I just search doc, create a document. All we'll do is just find somewhere to input this document. So we'll put it in my company folder, and we'll call the title, we'll say n8n YouTube lead magnet. Now we'll test this out, and now this document is created. So if I go into my Google Drive, I go into my folder, we should see n8n YouTube lead magnet here. And of course, it's going to be completely empty. So somehow we need to get that GPT output and put it within this Google Doc. So to do so, what we'll do, we'll go back to our workflow and we'll go to Docs. And now we'll just want to update a document. So next, we'll go to the left side of the screen and we'll see document ID. And basically, we'll just be dragging this over, putting it right here. And for the text, we'll go down here. We'll go to OpenAI, find our content. This is the output that I was just reading off. And we'll just drag it and drop it right there. So let's see if there's any other fields that we should be adding. No, everything looks good. And now we'll test this out. Okay, output was generated. Let's come to our Google Doc. And as you can see, everything is in here. It's listing out all these different answers for the lead filling this out in a very succinct manner. Obviously, there's some tweaking that you can do to formatting, so you could bold some sections if you would like. So the one that I actually create for myself, it looks a little bit different. So what I did is I just added some colors to it. I believe I made the background completely black. I've just tried to make the contrast very popping. But essentially, we're just trying to make it look as neat as possible for the consumer. So I think this looks pretty solid for now, just for a demo sake, but feel free to do any tweaking that you would like. So if you want to use double spacing, by all means, go ahead and use double spacing. Put some indents in there, maybe a nice title. Anyways, what we're doing now is basically we'll just connect this to Google Drive, and we just want to download this document so that we could then use it within our Gmail message that we're going to be using to send to the lead. So to do so, we'll just search up Google Drive, simple as that. We'll go to download a file. We'll click on this, and now we just want to find the actual file. So I suppose we could search it from ID since we already have that. So I'll just drop that right in right there. Now, the only change we're going to be making to this is I want to download this as a PDF instead of a Google Doc or a DocX. So what we'll do instead is just do Google File Conversion. We'll add a conversion. So as we can see under Google Docs, we'll just do, instead of HTML, we'll do PDF. Now we'll test this out. We'll see what we get. Okay, everything looks good. So we could even view the data right now. Under binary, we'll see that. And here is our document as I was just showing you earlier. Now, the last thing we'll do is we'll go to Gmail. And this is just where we're going to be sending off the actual email with the attachment of the PDF file. So we'll do create a draft. So you will have to review it yourself, but this allows you and gives you a chance to actually review everything, make sure everything looks good. You can make some further tweaks to ensure that whatever you're sending off, it is actually professional and it includes things that will be pertaining to your company. So just a heads up right there. But for the subject, we'll just say your free lead magnet is here. And down at the bottom under message, what we're going to be saying is, I'm just copying and pasting something, but I'll even pull it up for you to see. I said, hey there, first off, I want to congratulate you on taking a big step towards the future. And then I just go over what the guide is going to be consisting of. So nothing too important there, but for the options, this is what really matters is you'll be selecting attachments, and you'll want to add an attachment, and you'll just type in data. So if we see at the very top left right here, it just says data for this Google Drive download. So that's all we'll put right there. But everything should be finished now. I just wanted to test this out and see if it works properly and creates this draft. So everything looks good, just tested it, and the output is now listed. So we're just going to come over to our email and see if everything looks good. So I'm going to refresh this really quick. And as at the very top, it says right there, your free lead magnet is here. So it says, hey there, first off, I want to congratulate you on taking your first big step towards the future. And at the very bottom, it shows the lead magnet attachment. So, I mean, you'll notice right away that there's some tweaking I have to do to the format and the structure of everything. So obviously I could make it look cleaner. This is normally what it would normally look like. So it'll look something like that. But anyways, that's essentially it. So if you come back to this workflow, it really doesn't take too much to build out an own smart lead magnet for yourself. And this is something that has generated me hundreds of leads where I have information to their company's pain points, the description of their company, and from there I can send them some value and enter them into any email list since they're opting in for everything. But other than that, I really thank you for watching. I hope you found some real value within this video because this has honestly saved me so much time and allowed me to collect so many different leads, thus has turned into paying clients. But I promise you, this will be worth your while. It will take you maybe 30 minutes, an hour to build out this entire system. It mainly just comes down to knowing what you really need and what you can offer within your own lead magnet. But I mean, if you're using AI, this is going to be doing all the heavy lifting for you. So yeah, I'll have the links down below for everything that you'll need. So for n8n, for Tally, and all that good stuff. But other than that, if you're looking for us to implement bespoke solutions within your own company, such as this, then book a free discovery call. Link is down below in the description. And also, as always, check out my free school community. Link is also down below, where I'll be providing other valuable resources that I don't provide on my YouTube. But thank you for watching. Hope you found some value, and I'll see you in the next video.